Thokozani Ndawuwe bantu abadala ngiyavuselela kini. Thank you for taking the time out again to view another video. Makosi Gugu. Like and subscribe again, and do share because information is so key these days. Knowledge is power. I had started a series in a previous video. Life is spiritual. Just it's gonna be a continuation. Sure. So today I'm gonna actually talk about traditional healers. I'm gonna join it up with the previous video, obviously. Traditional healers, when I speak of traditional healers, I mean someone who has an ancestral calling, because traditional healing is very vast. But when I mean traditional healing, I mean umuntu onesipho sabantu abadala, an ancestral calling, because that is what we see eBhayibhelini. That is what I see anyway. I'll show you in the next video where I will have references and be able to guide you on where to find that information too. So, alright, traditional healer, ancestral calling, for various reasons, but for the purpose of today, I'm not going to really go into deep. When I mean traditional healing, I'm gonna mean like I will loosely use the word prophet also, because usuge you are a registered employee, yes, of the spiritual realm. You understand? In Jesus' words, you are light and you are salt. You're a salt because you make sense of life, you give life taste. You are a disinfectant, meaning you prevent that which is not supposed to be. You are a manure because you are supposed to produce. You allow good things to produce instead of the bad ones. You see, you're a light because you are able to see beyond the natural realm. You are called by God from your mother's womb, from before you were in your mother's womb, as Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 says. So I speak of an ancestor, Idlozi, in two ways. First way would be the way I had explained it earlier in the video before, saying that you are connected with the powers that be, your spirits in the water, your spirits of the earth. You must understand they are ancestors because they came before man. They have been there. They were there before man was created. So the sun and the moon is an ancestor as well. So secondly, ancestor would be someone who is living in the spiritual form and has passed on from the physical body. You see, like Luke chapter 9 verse 28, when Jesus is speaking with his ancestors, whether they came to visit him and he was physical but they were in the spiritual realm, or if it was a vision but they had come through, they were allowed, they were permitted by God to come through. They are active ancestors, active dlozis, because they are ancestors that are not active, where we refer to them as abalele. Like Jesus said that Lazarus is not dead, he sleeps. So these active ones are exactly like how we explain it in Luke 9, where just like Elijah, Moses, they have passed on from the physical form. They are in the spiritual form. They are able to relay messages and to communicate with us in the physical form and plan things, man. Get moving, man. Yeah, well, enlarge anyway. So those are the I mean as ancestors. You as a traditional healer, you go and your ancestors, those that have passed on, your family members, they come with gifts, not the gifts, but they come with iskwama, umsebenzi, so you literally like employed by the spiritual realm. And you go and you do the work of ancestors. Guys, please forgive me. My sinuses act up at this time of the year, so please forgive me, y'all. Oh, anyway, so now, as someone who is called ancestrally, you find that there's always, when you have that calling, there's always that rude awakening. There's always something painful. There's a dis-ease that is happening in your life. You understand? That's your kind of rude awakening. If you look at Jonah, God told him to do something. And instead of doing it, he ran. He ran away. He ran away and he was like, yo, I can't. But eventually it came to the point where everyone around him turned away from him, like just rejected him fully. And was like, no, there's just something wrong with you. And we've just got to get rid of you. There's something off. It's like the world is angry at you. We just have to cut you off. And they threw him over the boat. And it took that swallowing of the fish to come back to his senses and to accept his calling. It's kind of like awakening, a shedding off from this world, because you need to, you find when you are you have a call, you find that you are called to cut away from Christianity, that we know it. You find even that your ancestors, they don't want you to be fire or such environments. They can handle environments that accept ancestors, you see. But this is because Christianity is a man-made religion, guys. It's not something that even Jesus understood, like knew. Jesus didn't say follow Christianity. He said follow me. He didn't speak about such congregation or such denomination. He spoke about the kingdom of God. So I mean that the Christianity of today has turned into something else that is so it's an abomination to the ancestors. I used to ask myself, why do Sandomas like separate from Christianity? But I kind of understand now, because there is no you are called to a higher truth. You are called to understand who you are, and unfortunately we will not find ourselves and our identity in the Christianity that we have today. So you have to have a painful shedding off. You find that when you go and train, you go through a process of renewing your mind, you see.